Alright guys, welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. In the last episode, we repowered Helios 1 for the NCR, and we reverted the power to McCarran and the Strip. And in this episode, we're gonna find Marcus, we're gonna find the Highwayman from Fallout 2. Okay, so not too sure where. That's where I was yesterday when I was playing off camera. It was during Cassidy's quest. But apparently, there we go. My companions again. Whoa! All right, go find Marcus. Here's the trail. I like the music. I think the 10mm can handle castors. If not, I'll use my plasma rifle. But I got two badass companions with me. What lies on the other side? Oh. Snowy. Think. Big corners. No castors. Whoa, trees! Whoa, 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 whoa! I was like in the mountains. I'm getting that idea. What? So different.
Trouble.
Wait, where? Giant mantis. This is cool. I had no idea. Oh, it's an NCR outpost.
Hello.
Ranger Cubbo, NCR Ranger. There's Foxtrot. Sure, Link. It's a beautiful region. Were these trees always here? Or were they planted? Or did it being in a crater, like, help? With the radiation and all that. Who is he? Oh, Mendes. Whoa, the yellow went away. The yellow went away. So what, are we like in like the mountains? Like the actual like Rockies? It's gonna turn yellow over here. Oh, I mean, I swear it kind of like faded into more of a bluish tone. What? This area seems so secluded. Whoa, Jacobstown. And super mutants.
Welcome to Jacobstown, human. You're free to walk around. Just don't stare at the Nightkin. They don't like people looking at them. And if you're NCR, keep it to yourself. They're not popular around here.
That's Marcus. Yeah, I should have known when I saw the orange pad. Oh my gosh. Why do some of the super mutants here dislike the NCR?
A lot of bad blood between super mutants and humans. Goes back years. Some here still got the scars and memories. Me? I don't really have a problem with the NCR. Set their sights a little too high sometimes, but they try. Legion? That's another story.
Seeing Marcus in 3D. Anything else you can tell me about the NCR?
Seen them grow from a single town, Shady Sands, into the Republic. They've done good for the most part.
Oh, what makes the NCR too ambitious?
They expand, fast. If you got land they want, they'll take it, eventually. Did it out west, they'll do it here. They keep rolling over people. They'll regret it. That's how revolutions start.
What do you know about the Legion?
Kaisar thinks he can change human nature. Most of the Legion is following Kaisar, not Kaisar's ideals. When he's gone, it'll crumble. Might not happen overnight. Might take a few decades, but it'll happen. Basic human nature. Greed, ambition, jealousy. We'll see to it.
Do you have any dealings with New Vegas?
Not really. Heard it's a paradise in the wasteland. Never been there myself. Doubt they'd let a mutant in. Amazes me people would come from all over the waste to throw away everything they've got in that town.
Okay.
All right.
Are there any rules I should know about?
Same as any civilized town. Don't start any fights or steal anything. We'll treat you fair. Not a lot to ask.
What's wrong with the Nightkin?
Nightkin suffers schizophrenia from the stealth boys they're always using. One of the reasons I settled Jacobstown was so they could be cured. While they're in town, the Nightkin aren't allowed to have stealth boys, so their craziness doesn't get worse. Trouble is, the Nightkin don't like being visible either. They don't take being exposed too well.
I have some questions about Jacobstown.
Such as?
What's the history of Jacobstown?
Was a resort pre-war. I renamed it to Jacobstown after an old friend. Died a long time ago. I figured us mutants needed a place to call our own. Town's far enough away from humans so they don't bother us much. One of these days I'm hoping we can trade with the rest of the wasteland. No more fighting, just get along.
Wow. How's the town support itself?
Bighorners. Good eating. And we can trade the hides. Got a lot of wild ones around here, so it's easy to restock the herd.
I'd like to know more about you.
Was part of a super mutant army. Ran a town, walked the wasteland with the tribal. Now I'm here.
Oh, the chosen one. Tell me more about the tribal.
We were looking for a Gek to save the village of Arroyo. Eventually we did. Nuked an oil rig in the process. We went separate ways after that. I went east into the Rockies looking for other mutants like myself. Don't know what happened to my friend. I've got a feeling it turned out all right in the end.
Wow, the chosen one. Super mutant army.
Long story, so here's the short version. The Master created the super mutants and Nightkin. The Master thought he could unify everyone. No more differences, no more war. Didn't end well.
You were a mayor?
Town was Broken Hills. Bunch of super mutants, humans, and ghouls all living together peacefully. Well, most of the time.
Broken Hills, oh my gosh.
All right.
Goodbye, Marcus.
See you.
Wow, that's so cool. Jacobstown. Like a skiing resort, right? Weird.
Another human. One was enough.
Keen. Dr. Henry. Dr. Henry was in the Shady Sands in Fallout 2. He was one of the doctors there.
I assume this is about something important? You're interrupting my research.
You're a scientist?
Yes, specializing in neuroscience, both human and canine. Of course, this lab is nothing compared to what I had when I was with the Enclave.
You're in the Enclave?
Yes, but the leadership and I didn't see eye to eye, so I left. It was the right decision, since the Enclave's oil rig was destroyed not long after.
Canine neuroscience.
Cyberdogs and the like. It's not a field I work in much anymore. If we must.
What are you working on?
The Nightkin have varying degrees of mental instability due to their addiction to stealth boy use. I've been trying to come up with a cure. I'm currently investigating the local Night Stalker population, since they seem to have developed a natural stealth field. I've also gotten my hands on a working Stealth Boy Mark II prototype, but that experiment is riskier. I'd rather not pursue that research just yet.
I'd like to help. What do you need me to do?
I'm not convinced that the Night Stalker mutation is a natural one, and I need someone to investigate their lair for proof. Some of the super mutants have looked around as well, but they've come back empty-handed. Perhaps a pair of fresh eyes will have better luck. Lily might be interested in coming with you. She's lost a few of her big horns to Night Stalker attacks, and would enjoy a little revenge.
What makes you think that the Night Stalker mutation isn't natural?
I've compared the brain chemistry of a Nightkin to one of the local Night Stalkers we killed. They both exhibit similar neurochemical changes. Now, I'm not claiming that Night Stalkers are running around wearing stealth boys, mind you. I just don't think it's all a coincidence.
Why is the Stealth Boy Mark II riskier?
The stealth field has been modulated to use less power and thus last longer, but for some reason it has pronounced negative effects on the user. However, these pronounced effects will allow me to pinpoint exactly what parts of the brain they're affecting. Unfortunately, I'll need to run the test on a live subject. And Marcus has encouraged me to investigate the Night Stalker mutation first.
Does Stealth Boy use hurt humans?
It's possible, but I've yet to see any hard evidence or hear of any cases where humans were negatively affected. Its negative effects are more pronounced on Nightkin.
Why are you helping Nightkin?
Because Marcus asked me to, and because it's a reason for me to get up in the morning. I'd like to get one more grand accomplishment done.
Okay.
If we must.
I'm surprised to find another human here.
I prefer the solitude, and having a bunch of super mutants around tends to keep things safe and quiet.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Download complete. Begin recording. Navarro Outpost Scientists, I am glad that EDE has reached you. You will find several data banks of information on this machine.
Continue.
Please handle this information with the utmost care, as it represents the sum total of the results of my research on the Duraframe iBots. There are also several data banks with information on my research into Poseidon Energy, and some projects they were working on in the Mojave area.
Calamity. Let's go find Lily. That's Keen. We'll pick up Veronica later.
What's up?
Let's part ways for now.
Why does everyone always say that?
I do. We'll meet up at Luck 38.
Nice. Can I order room service?
Billy.
Jimmy, little Jimmy, my, how you're grown up. So good of you to come visit your grandma.
Oh, wow. I'm looking into a Night Stalker mutation. Want to come along with me?
Ooh, those Night Stalkers, always killing my big horners. It'll be nice to give them a piece of my mind. Naughty children run from their punishment, but we'll find Betty. Won't we, Leon?
You know, Benny? That's a question to ask you.
Such a curious little munchkin, aren't you? What do you want to know?
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, someone wants to hear Grandma's stories. What would you like to hear, Pumpkin?
Where'd you come from?
I grew up in Vault 17. I never even saw the sun until I was 75 years old.
Oh.
That was when super mutants raided the vault and carried a lot of us off. Yes, Leo, I'm getting to that part. They made me one of them, and they put me to work in an army that was going to conquer California.
Master's Army, yeah. You were a soldier?
A spy, sometimes an assassin. I killed a lot of folks for the Master. Yes, Leo, you helped too.
Who was the Master?
Oh, he was a nasty man, dearie. You don't want to know about him. He was the one who made that super mutant army I told you about.
Alright.
What do you need, sugar?
What do you do in Jacobstown?
I watch over the big horners. They're sweet, gentle creatures, but sometimes they get ornery, just like my grandkids.
Okay.
Talk to you soon, dear.
How do I get back there? Interesting. Wow. To think there's snow in Fallout New Vegas, I mean, trees, I mean, really strange to think about. Here it is, Charleston Cave. Glowing fungus.
Get behind Grandma, sweetheart.
Oh, no, oh, Night Stalkers are dogs. Goodness. Okay. This isn't a normal cave. Oh, invisible. All invisible. Okay, okay, okay. Whoa, and castors? No, 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 no. They did it. It's just... Not okay. Woo! Poison removed. Gowan. Oh, this is pretty bad. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh my gosh, almost died. The bighorners. Dang. Good thing I have that stuff saved up though. Where is it? Oh. Chewed stealth boy. And sledgehammer. Cool. Oh my gosh, Lily scared the crap out of me. Oh my gosh.
Got a problem. Could use your help. Been having trouble with NCR mercs harassing the town, and they just showed up again.
Really? How have they been harassing the town?
Killing our bighorners, shooting at the lodge, that sort of thing. It's getting hard to keep people from retaliating.
You're sure these mercenaries work for the NCR?
Guess I can't say for sure if they're NCR. Wherever they are, they want us dead or gone.
What do you want me to do?
You're human. They might be willing to listen to what you have to say.
Oh.
Maybe. I'm not asking you to kill them. Just talk them into leaving. Hell, pay them off if you have to.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks.
Unfriendly persuasion. My reputation may help here.
It's much cooler up here. I love it.
Our business is with the muties, not you.
Go away, you'll deal with me. I wish you were fighting super mutants instead.
I've always known when to fight and when to back down, and it seems to me I ought to back down this time. My men and I are leaving. You won't see us around here again.
Yeah, I don't think he was actually NCR. He's a mercenary.
Something on your mind?
You won't have to have any more trouble with those mercenaries.
Good. Glad you didn't kill them. Letting them walk away proves we're not bloodthirsty mutants. If NCR or anybody else is looking for an excuse to attack Jacobstown, they're not gonna get it from us.
What's the story with Keen?
Smart, charismatic, hell of a mean streak. Doesn't care for humans, prefers fighting them to talking. He's got a lot of pull with Nightkin, though. He talks, they listen. Was hoping he could draw the Nightkin to Jacobstown. Keen is saner than most, but I know he's thinking of going his own way again. He's aggressive, impatient, can't stand sitting around.
You're a mutant, too. Wouldn't the Nightkin listen to you?
That's like saying Caesar and Kimball would listen to each other. Nightkin don't have a lot of trust for others, mutants included.
Why does Keen want to leave?
Because of a promise, one I haven't been able to keep. The Nightkin all suffer from schizophrenia. It's the stealth boys they use, or used to use. Nightkin have a hard time being seen like normal folks. Can't stand it. A few already left to try and find more stealth boys. Miserable situation. They either stay here and suffer, or dig up stealth boys and lose their minds. Not much of a choice.
Damn. What happens if Keen leaves?
That happens, there's a good chance other Nightkin will follow. It'll make it hard to get a cure to them. Worse, if Keen and the Nightkin tear up the Mojave hunting for stealth boys, people are gonna get killed. Most humans can't tell the difference between mutants. Might come here looking for payback.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
See you.
Lily.
Evening.
Is there something else I can do for you?
Found a chewed up stealth boy in the Night Stalker lair.
There's still power, but the casing is cracked. I'm astonished that exposure to the stealth radiation could induce mutations so rapidly. More importantly, this explains why my research into this group of Night Stalkers hasn't come up with a cure for the Nightkin. There's only one avenue left for me. I need to run the Mark II test on Lily. It's the only way.
What are the risks of the experiment?
Possibly immediate and permanent mental damage. There's a reason the Stealth Boy Mark IIs never got beyond the prototype stage. Lily already has a pre-existing condition, and the experiment will likely make things worse for her.
Why Lily and not some other Nightkin?
Lily is eccentric, certainly, but I've never felt she was dangerous. More importantly, she asked if she could help me in some way. I've told her about the risks, and she still insists on helping me.
I will talk to Lily then.
I'll be waiting.
My, but that Lucky 38 is a large building. And so fancy.
Do you still want to help Dr. Henry run his experiment?
Of course, dearie. I know it's dangerous, but it'll all turn out for the best. You'll see. I'll go to him now. It would be rude to keep him waiting.
The equipment is hooked up and ready. We can start the test as soon as you give me the go-ahead.
Go ahead and start the test.
Very well. Please stand back. I don't want any erroneous readings. You're welcome to stay and observe if you want, though.
Okay.
All right, power on the stealth boy, Lily.
Turning it on. Feels strange. Strange, but good.
Interesting. Try thinking aggressive thoughts now. Think about smashing a rad scorpion.
Lily smash! Yeah!
How are those readings looking, Calamity?
Stealth field is stable, and the readings are clean. Gamma wave activity is 0. Odd, but everything looks right.
All right, we're done here. Go ahead and power the stealth boy down, Lily.
Oh, I liked having it on.
I'll get back to you on that in a moment, once I've analyzed the
Oh my
results.
goodness.
Well, congratulations on getting the Mark II prototype functioning,
Oh.
Doctor. Now, just hand it over, and we'll be on our way. My
No.
request is perfectly reasonable. Give us the stealth boy specs, and there will be no need for us to splatter the room with your insides.
What you do in the wasteland affects all the mutants here. But you didn't think about that, did you?
No, I didn't. Not until now, anyway. Very well, human. You've made your point, and I withdraw my request. There's too much light.
I'll talk to him right around.
Always too much light.
You hear there was some kind of shootout at one of them casinos on the strip? Some people got killed or something. Nice
Meh.
work with the Nightkin. I've never seen anyone able to talk their kind out of anything once they had their mind set to it. I got a lot of useful data from the experiment, and am a lot closer to a cure than before. It's occurred to me that this brief test might not yield a cure anytime soon. However, if Lily were to continue to wear the prototype...
Ooh, 90 science? Yeesh. Can do that one. I think Lily should continue to wear the Mark II prototype.
Very well. It will be worth it, I'm sure. Some cons got cornered in the ruins of Boulder City, but the NCR let them go. That's unusual.
Oh, alright. Let's quick up Veronica. Quick. See you, Marcus. You're a cool companion. Good luck in Jacobstown. You're doing a great thing. Okay, the Highwayman somewhere around here. Where's my car? Well, not mine. The Chosen One's car, but you know. Somewhere over here. Fallout 2 music. I'm close. There it is. The Highwayman. The wrecked Highwayman. Wow. I think I'll take it all. Leather armor. Oh my gosh, seen that in 3D. Amazing. This car was awesome in Fallout 2. You can move so fast around the map. But it's good to it's just good to see it. I mean, it's destroyed and wrecked, but hey, memories. Fallout 2 is so much fun. Alright. See you, Highwayman. Many adventures you had. And hopefully we can see some Cazadors along the way. I want to show those. I don't know if I showed them yet. I kind of forgot. We're gonna go here. We might as well stop by the NCR Correctional Facility. Wow. Wow, so we first started. Oh.
Hello?
Oh.
Hi, are you there? Oh, right. You can't respond. Listen, I'm using your robot as a relay to get this message to you. I've picked up some unusual chatter regarding your robot. It seems that it has some information that we could use. Oh, wait, where are my manners? This is Lorenzo, a knight with the Brotherhood of Steel. We'd be very interested in examining your tech. Could you bring your robot to one of our patrols so they can examine it? I'll have the robot mark the location on your map.
Interesting. That's where we're going anyway. That's perfect. Wow. But that's where we first started. I mean, Good Springs is that direction, Prim that way. Wow, it's like so long ago. We've learned so much. We've got more experienced. We'll stop by the correctional facility. And we'll stop by the Brotherhood of Steel. He lines up the shot. And I love this 22 pistol. I love it. Nice. But the ammo type's really hard to come by. And it's expensive. Man, and I saw the gunrunner's arsenal weapons. I was like, there's so many options. Like carbines, stuff like that. I haven't really gone into this part of the map yet. Like the center. I mean, like the center right here. I haven't really gone over here. NCR correction facility. That's where we would have gotten one of our candidates for the prim on, but I have no quarrel with them, at least not yet. But the powder gangers have it there. The Hidden Valley. I'm gonna save. Just in case there's any explosives I don't know about. Oh my gosh, I've never been here before. They're like air vents. Wow. Steve was here. The Brotherhood of Steel.
Hold on, I've got this. I'd like a large atomic shake and a double Brahmin burger. And easy on the agave sauce this time.
We gave you a password, Veronica. It's for your safety.
I know where you live, Ramos. Open
Ramos?
For Pete's sake. Opening up. Welcome back, Veronica.
Cool. Level 1. That's like the Enclave bases in the Capital Wasteland.
Listen up. I'm in charge of security around here.
Ramos.
I can't say I'm too happy about having an outsider waltzing around. But since you came in with Veronica, I'm inclined to cut you a little slack. Just behave yourself, and we won't have any problems, okay? Oh, and the Elder's going to want to talk to you. He's on the 2nd level. Just take a right once you get down there. My office is right here in case you need anything. Just ask for Ramos.
They're probably gonna make us go on like a fetch quest to prove that we're worthy. Still in the dark. They are. Elder McNamara. Whoa. Just exactly like it. That's crazy. I always got so lost. I believe I'm going the right way. I am.
Hello, Veronica.
The map of
How
theirs.
goes your mission?
We'll know in a second. I wanted to talk to you.
Veronica, tell me this isn't about...
Yes, goddammit, it is. But you're gonna hear me out this time.
We've been through this.
The things I've seen now, other groups succeeding where we fail, it's not too late for us.
We've outlasted the end of the world. We'll outlast these upstarts.
Waiting in a hole for everyone else to die.
If we must.
This is a dead end for us.
I see no evidence of that. Nor do I see anyone out there with a solution to our problems.
How could you? You're too scared to look. Let's go. We're wasting our time.
Damn.
When Paladin Ramos informed me that Veronica was approaching with an outsider in tow, at first I didn't know what to think. After giving the matter some thought, however, I've decided that an outsider could be of use to me right now. However, I will not force you to help us. Should you refuse, you will be allowed to leave here, though you'd remain Veronica's responsibility. What do you say, outsider? Are you willing to help us?
I'll help you.
Then allow me to explain our situation. This bunker is currently locked down, allowing no entry or exit. with you being one of the few exceptions. In exceptional cases, teams are sent out to investigate sites or retrieve materials deemed too important to ignore. 3 such teams have gone missing recently, and the news of their disappearance has not yet been widely spread to avoid undue concern. In order to maintain the peace and adhere to the strictures of the lockdown, I need to send someone else to discover what happened to them.
I'll begin looking immediately.
I'm glad I can count on you. Oh, and one other thing. The patrols each had a holotape detailing their missions that you can use to track them. The shielding of the bunker prevents us from actively tracking them, but their positions should show up on your map once you get to the surface. Should our worst fears become realized, please bring back all 3 of the holotapes from the patrols. Otherwise, bring our brothers home. I've given the order that you be given access to some of the equipment our scouts and patrols have scavenged over the years. You won't be allowed to purchase any prohibited equipment, but hopefully some of what's available will prove useful to you.
Okay. Oh, my favorite armor. The OG T-51.
So, you're the outsider that's been given leave to wander around.
Head Paladin Hardin.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. Name's Hardin. I'm the head paladin of this chapter, and I think we might be able to help each other out. I don't know what the Elder talked to you about, but I can tell you this chapter is in trouble. And he's at the center of it. Are you willing to listen to what I have to say?
Sure, go ahead.
As you may have already heard, this entire base is under a state of lockdown. No one goes out except small patrols at night. Most of the chapter has been sealed in here for years. And those few who were outside when the lockdown was initiated are forbidden from returning. Morale has plummeted as time has gone by. And many of our current paladins haven't seen combat outside of training simulations. And all because of the Elder's explicit order that no one be allowed in or out. The only way things will change is if a new Elder is installed.
What about Veronica? She seems to come and go as she pleases.
Veronica's a special case. She handles the procurement of supplies. If we didn't let her and those like her back in, we'd all starve. If the Elder could manage it, he'd shut them out as well. And all in the name of security. Which is why we need to replace him.
Have you tried bringing this up to the Elder yourself?
Of course I have, many times in fact. The Elder has an open door policy and will listen to advice on any subject save this one. He refuses to see that our isolation is slowly weakening us. Aside from being our duty, going out on missions is what kept us strong. And because he fails to see that, he must be replaced.
How do you propose to do that?
I don't know. I've gone through our records dozens of times looking for a precedent regarding the dismissal of an Elder and come up with nothing. The people who are most likely to know how it could be done are also some of McNamara's strongest supporters, so they refuse to help me, which is why we're having this conversation. An outsider such as yourself would arouse less suspicion asking questions about such matters. The fact that the Elder has some tasks for you means his faithful won't suspect you, and you have a line open to the man himself. In short, you're in a perfect position to help me. Will you at least think about it?
I'll see what I can do.
That'll have to do. I'd recommend going to see Ramos first. As head of security, he's more familiar with our protocols than anyone else here. You could also try to find something relevant in our data store, though last I heard Scribe Ibsen is having a bit of a problem accessing it. And if McNamara should give you any tasks, I'd ask that you kept me abreast of them. Report anything you find to me, and we'll move from there.
I'd slap him around, but he stood at my parents' wedding. Plus, he used to make excuses to get me out of my punishment when I'd slept through head scribe Taggart's lectures. Figure I owe him for that. He means well.
Good intentions don't justify marching the Brotherhood to its death.
No, but it does make it easier to forgive him. He's just misguided. It's not too late to change his mind.
Have you considered that he might be right?
Have you considered that he might be senile? The Brotherhood's strategy for survival worked back when we had a larger force and no organized enemies. We're a tiny splinter from a shrinking group. We don't take on new members, but we're still picking fights with the big boys.
You think the Elder will listen at all?
He's a stubborn old man, but when it comes down to it, he's got our best interests at heart. If he sees some indisputable sign we're on the wrong course, he won't ignore it.
So what is it you're trying to accomplish?
To keep it out of people's hands? That clearly hasn't worked. To defend ourselves? We can't compete with the NCR's numbers, or the Legions. We're fighting a war for a lost cause. If we're gonna survive, we have to find a role in society, attract new members.
How would you propose to do that?
Look at the followers of the Apocalypse. They use their expertise to improve people's lives. They train them to be self-sufficient. That expertise cultivates respect and gratitude, spreads their ideals, draws talent to their cause. They make friends like we make enemies. But they don't know a fraction of what we know. If we took on their role, we could stand up to anyone. We wouldn't have to hide.
What could we bring to him that would change his mind?
I don't know. We need something that shows the Brotherhood will fail, or that it can do better a different way. The only thing that gets his attention is technology. Maybe Father Elijah had the right idea.
Father Elijah?
Our elder before McNamara. He had a nose for recovering lost technology. He'd send scribes out into the desert chasing whatever leads he found. There were a few he only trusted me with. I can think of at least one that'd prove my point, if it still exists. There's a comm terminal not too far from here I'd use to access messages from him. If we go there, I can pull up his research on it.
What's it up?
I'm with you. Being around here isn't the same anymore.
The terminal.
What is this? Veronica brings an outsider into our home, then has a private audience with the Elder? The two of you may have the Elder fooled, but we know better. Veronica has always twisted the Founder's principles to her own ends. We will not stand idly by and allow her to corrupt our Elder's thinking.
Oh.
Pardon?
Veronica.
Sorry about that. Just because I love them doesn't mean some of them aren't assholes.
Okay.
Evening.
Evening.
The bunker takes a little getting used to, doesn't it? Your presence here, let's just say it's highly irregular. Outsiders aren't even allowed to know that our bunker's here, let alone come and go freely. You impressed Elder McNamara, obviously. He must believe that you'd be very useful.
So you're head of security?
That's right. Nothing gets in or out of here without me knowing it.
What exactly are the rules regarding entering and leaving?
Under the lockdown, only essential personnel are permitted to enter or leave. That includes supply runners and high-security patrols. All other personnel are forbidden to leave, and any personnel that were out there when the lockdown was enacted are forbidden from returning.
Oh.
Fine by me.
Okay.
Bye.
Wonderful.
Looking sharp, Ramos.
Oh. Helios 1. Oh. Yeah, I'm still gonna stick with the NCR because the NCR and Brotherhood don't like each other too well. Not at all. Bright and early. The Mojave Sun. Gibson Shack. Is that Gibson? Possible. What's the one? Download research notes. Completed.
Let's see what we've got here. Okay, yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. The pulse gun. Although maybe the rangefinder could work too. And it looks like the NCR was onto some miracle farming technology.
What's a pulse gun?
Electromagnetic weapon from before the Great War. Experimental. It never saw mass production. But they were building it as a countermeasure to power armor, which they feared the Chinese were developing. Supposedly a prototype was being housed at Nellis. Imagine what it could do to the Brotherhood. We'd be on equal footing with any idiot with a gun.
Farming technology.
More or less. Supposedly it's a vegetation enhancer. NCR has a science branch headquartered at McCarran Airport. Guess they found something. Guess somebody wasn't very good at keeping secrets either. We'd never pursue it because it's not a weapon, but self-sufficiency is fundamental to us. If it works, they'd see the value of an alternate course.
Tell me about the rangefinder.
It's a targeting device for some kind of doomsday weapon based at Helios 1. It was lost sometime after the war. We held Helios 1 for a time. Lost a lot of people defending it. Too many. All for this weapon they never got working. If it turns out to be a dud, it'd show how flawed our goals have been. Father Elijah said he thinks a scavenger might have sold it on the strip.
The rangefinder might be our problem. I reactivated Helios 1, and it's not powering a weapon.
Ah, hell. Well, how could you know, right? Okay, 2 other options still on the table.
The pulse gun.
Yeah, maybe they'll think twice about engaging the NCR if they know one of those could be floating around. The notes say to look around Nellis Air Force Base. He suggests going through filing cabinets and computers in the commanding officer's quarters.
Let's go.
I like the way you think.
Oh, that's right. Ah, but I can't use the power armor, can I? I don't have the training for it. It weighs so much, though. Okay, we found the soldiers. Wow. Man, Vegas is a beacon in this wasteland. Everything else is dark. But there's one shining light. And that is the strip. Amazing. This will be our first vault that we've explored, besides Vault 21, of course. This is like the first like scary one, or like, you know, not populated. I don't know. Maybe it is populated.
Hey.
Those things are massive. It's quite dark. Wow, that is actually a nice view. I dig it. Desert wasteland. Oh.
Come on. I've had worse.
I think that's Caesar's camp over there. And make mead. Radioactive for sure. It's in here? Oh. Indeed it is. Oh. Oh.
I've had worse.
Spooky.
For the Brotherhood. That's enough of that.
Oh my god, it's good. Why they be so big?
Hey,
Ghouls. A glowing one. I heard you. For the Brotherhood. I love exploring the vaults, man. I like the show so much. There's so many ghouls. There's just so many. I can't open the door. What happened here?
come on.
I think music too. Requires a key. So much like loot around. I like it. Oof. All the healing items. The bottle caps? Heck yeah. Man, so confused where to go. I went this way. But guessing there's blind. I'll look again. C4 explosives. Oh my god, it's right here. I didn't even see this crate. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. That's it. There.
Figured it'd have more buttons and dials and stuff, you know? Oh well. It's still the electronic equivalent of a disease from Gamora.
True. Huh. Oh. Whoa. It seemed too good to be true. Can I walk up to it? We gotta go. We got the pulse gun. Okay, whatever happened here was planned or not, didn't go too well. We outie. The entire vault is radioactive. The outside and the inside. I'm gonna be honest. I thought my game crashed. Got achievement. Replicon. Oh damn.
Hello.
Oh.
Please remember visiting hours are from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Please show your badge or make your way out of the building.
5 p.m. Problem solved.
How may I serve you, master?
I just stood there and waited 4 hours. Okay. It's a museum, that's cool.
Of course. Don't let me keep you.
Whoa. That's a cool. It's like the observatory place in DC. Oh god. That's cool. So where are these Brotherhood members at? Where are they at? Oh, second floor. It's like the keys in the first and second game. The red and blue and white cards, or yellow cards. They can find the keys. Oh my gosh, that is perfect.
Third floor access is for executives only. Please identify.
Like 5 out of 7.
Invalid response. You have 30 seconds to vacate before security is alerted.
You don't know where I am. We may need to, we may need to evacuate. Go, 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 go. Phew! Oh, wait, I need to go back in there. Oh. You don't see me? Oh.
Hi there. My name is April Mortimer. I monitored a communication earlier between you and someone with the Brotherhood of Steel. I'm with the followers of the Apocalypse. We're much more liberal about the sharing of technology than those Brotherhood people. Bring your robot to us. We'll see that whatever information it may have on it is used for the greater good.
Shit. That's a choice. Got to make. Yeah, I'm assuming they're not kind of being here. Oh gosh. Oh we gotta go. Oh, we need to go. They don't take kindly for strangers. There's a lot of caps. That sentry back go. Ooh. We got lockpick to 100. We can unlock anything we want. As long as it doesn't require, like, you know, specific code or password. Oh, there's multiple. A lot of combat armor, though. I'll be okay. Oh, that's why the damage, the pulse rifle, the pulse gun's so bad. The damage is 2. Oh, don't worry, I got thump. Dang, holy crap, that wasn't even a challenge for her. There's always something in the bathrooms. That was oddly satisfying. I don't know why. I just don't. Iguana on a stick. Cram. Huh. Gotta go. We got a Black Mountain. It's the last step of this whole trio of Brotherhood quests. This is nice. Ah. Oh, it's losing its color. What happened up here? Listen to the map. We can see everything from up here. Oh, super mutants are here. Super mutants. Whoa. Well, that didn't work, did it? The clouds changed to the... I've never seen that state. Where'd that go? Oh, hello. Oh, Nightkin Master. Hey, Veronica. Oh, it's easy. Oh, hello. Bumper sword. What? Veronica, use Timpak. Dang, there's quite a bit of them. Wow. Oh shit. Oh! no. Oh shit. Nice stim packs. Light machine gun. I have the perk now where I can actually carry heavy weapons. What?
The ones we care about the most.
What? Oh, that's so cool. Big old gun. Oh, centaurs. Evolved centaurs. Oh, goodness gracious. That's a project gone wrong, if you ask me. Ew. Oh my god. That is so horrible looking. Oh my god. Don't miss these from Fallout 3 or the original games. Oh my gosh. They're icky. Oh, here they are. I got this little pit. It's forward a second.
That's enough of that.
Alright, got it. Go back to the hidden valley. That was unexpected. Ooh.
Hello. Oh, hey there. So you've been talking to Harden, eh? He's been looking for a way to usurp McNamara ever since the lockdown started. Don't get me wrong, he's a good man. But Elder McNamara has done all right by us. If it weren't for him, none of us would have survived at Helios. I'll tell you what I told Harden. There have been only a few cases of elders being dismissed from their posts in the Brotherhood's history. And those involve crimes that someone like Elder McNamara is just not capable of. You can look it up for yourself if you want. I'll grant you access to that portion of the history section of our data store. See Senior Scribe Ibsen about accessing it.
Tell me about what happened at Helios.
I'm sure someone's told you all this before. Several years back, we were running our chapter out the Helios 1 solar power station.
Chapter?
Our elder at the time, Elijah, had some kind of obsession with the place, which is the only reason we stayed as long as we did. That place was hardly defensible, and we knew the NCR was moving in on us, but the elder refused to budge, insisting that he just needed more time. We never found out what he needed time for. Wave upon wave of NCR troopers hit us from all directions. We held out for a time, but we were grossly outnumbered, and they had more men than we had ammo. Eventually, our positions collapsed. Elder Elijah was nowhere to be found, so McNamara took charge and led what remained of us on a counteroffensive west. We lost a lot of men and women, but we broke through and made it here. Make no mistake, McNamara saved this chapter that day.
Who's Elijah?
Who was Elijah, more like? He was our elder before McNamara. Bright guy, but just between you and me, he was a little off. Our mission is to recover and preserve the technology of the past, but Elijah wanted more. He sought ways to improve upon technology, make it better. When we found Helios 1, he was like a kid in a candy store. Kept talking about the potential and a grand design never realized. He even insisted we set up our base there, against the objection of nearly every paladin. What followed is a whole other story.
Alright.
Bye.
Yeah, where them logs at?
Veronica, I hope...
I brought you a present. We found a gun that disables power armor. One of these could defeat the whole Brotherhood. We have to stop limiting our focus to military technology. It won't save us.
That could be the only one of its kind.
That's not the point. Technology won't win our wars. We need numbers, new recruits.
What does the Codex say?
A bunch of closed-minded bullshit.
We do not help them or let them in.
But...
We keep knowledge they must never have.
give it a chance. For me. I can't stay here and watch us waste away.
I'm sorry.
We'll die out.
I know.
Oh.
Come on. I can't listen to this anymore.
Interesting.
Found the missing patrols, or was something else on your mind?
Yes, here are the holotapes.
They were all dead then. I suppose I'm not surprised. We have few friends in the world above, and many enemies. But we must turn our minds to other matters. When I sent out those patrols, I also sent 3 knights out on scouting missions. When the patrols failed to return, we assumed the worst, and sent a single communication to the scouts to hold position and maintain radio silence. I want you to contact those scouts and gather their reports. Like the patrols, they have devices on them that will enable you to track them. When you find them, tell them you're my representative and ask them if the bears are still hunting. That should get them to talk to you. Return when you've gathered all of their reports.
Ugh.
Have you had any luck finding the scouts? Or did...
What's with that crazy sandstorm on the surface?
That is this base's defensive system. It serves as camouflage and masks all entry and exit from the bunker. We use it to hide our patrols and supply runners, though we still send such out at night to be extra safe.
Tell me about the lockdown.
It's a protective measure that was enacted after our defeat at Helios. The NCR was hot on our heels, and we wouldn't have survived another encounter. It was decided that we would stay quiet for a time, heal the wounded, and try to come up with a new strategy. However, after we had fully recuperated, our first scouting measures showed that the NCR's presence in this region had only increased in our absence. There are now more than 5 times the number of NCR troops in the area as when we fought them, and we have half the number we did at Helios. And so the lockdown has been extended. To go outside would be the death of us all. We have some personnel that are allowed to travel on the surface. They trade for what we need and occasionally drop off what they acquire. We make...
Alright.
Bye.
He wouldn't listen. The truth was right there staring him in the face. How could he not listen?
There was never any chance. His mate was made up from the start.
I see that now. I thought I knew him better than that, but it was like talking to a stranger. How can I help them when they won't accept it?
You should take over.
Huh. Well, that's imaginative, but it's not really for me. I couldn't get one of their most reasonable members to accept a rational argument. I don't see them coming out in droves to support my coup. And that's really not what the Brotherhood needs right now anyway. They're hanging by a thread.
Somebody else listen to you?
It wouldn't matter. The Elder has final say. The hell of it is he's one of our most progressive members. If I can't get him to agree, it's hopeless.
Where does that leave you?
I don't know if I can stay. Maybe it'd be better for everyone if I left. Spent my life somewhere else. Work with the followers of the Apocalypse, maybe. Put my knowledge to some good use. Or I can stay here with the people I care about and do whatever I can until it comes to a slow or sudden end.
This is your home, and these are your friends. You should stay.
They may be a bunch of wooden conformists, but anything I did without them would feel empty. I'd always be reminded of this day, how I wasn't strong enough to stand by them. So, I guess I'll stay. Won't be easy, but at least I won't feel guilty about the choice. Let's get going. I'd like to get my mind off all this, and some fresh air would do me some good, right about now.
Fresh air. Thank goodness for the local map. Oh. Not Lorenzo.
You're the one with that robot. I was hoping you'd bring him my way. Pretty impressive piece of hardware. I can't say that I've seen anything quite like him before.
I've heard some information from its logs. It sounds like it is carrying some Enclave data.
Really? What kind of logs? What kind of data does he have on it?
The log spoke about Enclave Durafrim research and Poseidon energy research.
Did you say Poseidon energy? I've been researching some Poseidon projects here. Do you think you could leave your robot with me for a few days? I have some materials that I can use to upgrade his armor while he's here.
Okay, you can have 80 for a little bit.
This is excellent news. I'll send him back to you soon.
Yes! Upgraded armor.
Hey.
For 80. For a couple of days, you said? Return to Prim. Awesome! Alright. Let's go.
Don't work too hard there, Ibsen.
Hey.
Ibsen.
Look, this isn't a great time. Oh, what the hell. It's not like we're making any progress. I'm Ibsen, and I hope your day is going better than mine is.
Something wrong?
Yeah, I'm in charge of keeping this data system up and running, but accessing it is a little, touch and go at the moment.
Why is that?
One of our exploratory patrols, back when we had exploratory patrols, found a data disk in some ruins out in the waste. Well, we finally got around to cataloging the damn thing and got shut out of our own data store the second it loaded. Turns out it had a virus on it.
Virus?
Yeah, some pre-war jackass with too much time on his hands apparently decided to inflict his misery on those around him. It's scrambling all the terminals here at the moment. Luckily, we only use this section for storing historical data.
Anything I can do to help?
I suppose it couldn't hurt to get another pair of eyes on this. Maybe you'll be able to come up with something coming at it fresh. While the entire system is infected, the virus itself is spread across 3 terminals. The problem is that it keeps moving periodically. We'll have it nailed down in a terminal or 2, only to have it jump to another set of terminals before we locate the 3rd.
Can the virus's files be parsed? So read access is only provided by the kernel administrator?
What? No, that's brilliant. It would let us seal a portion of the virus to a particular terminal, even when the other parts move.
I'll give it a try then.
Best of luck to you. I'll tell the others to take a break so they don't get in your way. Oh, and I'll keep track of when it jumps for you. To maximize your chances, wait for my signal before you begin.
Partition virus.
That's it. We got it.
Yes.
The virus has been purged. You actually did it. If you don't mind my saying so, I didn't think you had a chance in hell of pulling it off. But I'm glad to be wrong for once. Thank you, my friend. Please feel free to access the data store at your leisure. I'm only allowed to give you access to non-classified topics, but it's better than nothing, right?
Wow, just because I had science, high skill, I could limit the terminals, make it easier. Now that the data store is fixed, what do you think of Hardin trying to get McNamara dismissed?
I can understand how the man might be frustrated by the current situation. He's a take-charge sort of fellow. Standing around's not his strong suit. I myself often wish we could end this interminable stasis and begin moving forward again.
Okay.
Bye.
Kenneth Jones. Little James, Scribe Talwin. Okay.
Oh, hey there. Something I can help you with?
One of the data store entries mentioned the chain that binds. What is that exactly?
That's an old principle that's been around since the Brotherhood was founded. It basically means that you have to obey a superior officer. It's pretty much common sense, but it gets invoked a lot when people get pissy about following orders. If you're curious, I'll give you access to the data store entry on it. You'd probably be the first to read it in years, if not decades.
Damn.
Bye.
And where's Hardin?
What is it, outsider? Have you discovered anything?
Found the patrols for the Elder, and I had a mission disc with the orders from McNamara on them.
Just as I thought. McNamara gave my men new orders without telling me.
Oh.
The nerve of that man. This little stunt is probably what got them killed in the first place. Our normal patrol routes are known to be relatively safe. This is exactly the kind of thing I'm trying to avoid by ousting McNamara. It's a travesty.
Do you know anything about the chain of that binds?
I could hardly call myself head paladin if I didn't. It's one of the first things every initiate learns when they start training. What about it?
One of the few times an Elder was dismissed was due to it.
I could be wrong, but I think that's a dead end. McNamara's always followed orders, and we've been incommunicado since fleeing Helios.
Do you know there's a second part of it?
Second part? What are you talking about?
It says a superior is not allowed to give orders to the men under his subordinate.
Then that means I can cast McNamara down for giving those secret orders to my paladins. Well done. That's exactly what I was looking for.
So what happens now?
There are a number of people I'll need to talk to. The process won't be instantaneous, but with this evidence, my path is clear. It shouldn't take more than a few days, and then we can begin moving forward again.
Ooh. Elder Hardin.
Welcome, my friend. A new day has dawned for this chapter, and moving forward, we will no longer cower in the dark. And we have you to thank for it. You'll find that I can be generous to those who show loyalty.
Elder Hardin.
Here, take this key. If you ever find yourself in need of repair, head to our safe house to the northeast.
Ooh.
Now, what can I do for you?
I don't want to run this playthrough. I'm in CR. they don't know that. But I'll help them. But I'm in CR. My first playthrough. But definitely down the line. Whenever I play in the future. One. Oh. Oh, wow. So that's what they're talking about.
We heard Veronica talking with the Elder. We won't stand for this.
Ooh, 95 speech. Ooh. Ideals are strengthened by the challenges they endure. Veronica's questioning did you a service.
She'd be doing a greater service by carrying out her duties and not trying to undermine the Elder's authority. This had better be the last time her loyalty falters. You've been warned.
What?
God. I should get used to this, I guess. People get desperate. They turn on each other. First thing to go is trust. I don't think it's ever going to be the same for me in there. Knowing no matter what I do, it's going to end badly. But they're all I have.
Are you still gonna travel with me?
Yeah. I've got the rest of my life to help them out. I could spare a little while to see things through with you.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Good idea.
Because she wants to see the world. Like, I mean... No, he's being cooped up in there. Explorer! Yes! Every location in the world is revealed to you. To 20th level achievement. This is cool. Cannot see. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, that's legit. Now let's take care of the ED quest. I got Prim. Let's go, ED. And we met the Brotherhood of Steel today.
Prim formally sworn a new sheriff today. RNV reporters were on hand to hear the new sheriff address the crowd.
People of Prim, the NCR wishes to inform you that you are under their jurisdiction now. And from now on, you're going to be living by our rules.
Also, a hostage crisis between the NCR and the Great Khans was resolved peacefully when a third-party negotiator successfully secured the hostage's release. Boy, the Mojave Wasteland is just a fascinating place, isn't it? You never know what's gonna happen next. This next song is just magical. I hope you enjoy it.
All right.
Trouble.
Oh yeah, got a little woozy.
Uh-oh.
Remember that? That's poison. Oh, they got him? Oh my. But it is such a shortcut.
I'm not doing...
Oh, unconscious. Oh man. I mean, oh, it's cons. Oh goodness, someone's got me. Why?
For the Brotherhood.
That's the con symbol right there. It's like just like the first game. The cons are on the corner over there. I'm sure we'll encounter them later. Yeah, so we're not doing wild card at all. Well, we're not doing anything yes man. We're not doing anything house related yet. However, I do want to get some more information about Mr. House himself. But any wild card yes man plot we're not doing, and these are all DLCs. And we're not being we'll go talk to Caesar in another episode, but we're not siding with him. And this will be completed when Valeria is completed. I wanted to try to find Mr. New Vegas, but apparently he's not real. He's an AI. I tried to look it up, and I guess I may have spoiled myself. I'm not too sure if you can actually meet the person in the game. But yeah, Radio New Vegas is actually an AI for or like some kind of intelligence for Mr. House. Hence why he knows so much information, so much reports, all that stuff. Because you can't meet him like Three Dog in the Capital Wasteland. Eventually, we're going to go talk to Caesar. I'm not too sure when. I don't believe in negotiating with that person, that clan, that tribe.
Evening.
Loyal.
Pearl sent word saying it's all right to tell you about the lady in the water.
That does. Lady in the water, what's that?
A long time ago, long before the war that killed just about everything that ever lived, a bomber crashed not far from here. A bomber was a flying contraption that could drop explosives down on anything it flew over. But anyway, moving on. This bomber crashed down in Lake Mead, pretty damn near intact. When we got to Nellis, see, I found this article in a magazine all about it. There was another B-29 around here, part of a museum. Couldn't fly, but had a lot of spare parts, see? Get where I'm going? Since I was a young man, I've dreamed of raising that lady from the lake and bringing her back to life. What do you say?
How do you expect to raise a bomber from the bottom of a lake?
Simple. Attach deployable ballast to the plane and float it on up. Here is a remote detonator. Once the ballast is attached to the plane, just hit the detonator from the shore and let buoyancy handle the rest.
All right, I'm game.
Good. Here's the
The other
deployable
option
ballast.
for dialogue.
Find the plane, attach the ballast, and hit the button.
Yeah, that's how to get to the bottom of the lake mead without drowning.
Might try holding your breath. If that doesn't sound good enough, talk to Jack. He was working on a rebreather once.
Ooh.
I've never been so happy in my entire life.
That's a scrap metal for you.
Cool. How much can you spare?
Just one.
Thanks.
That's all for now.
Thanks for dropping it off. Anything else?
Lola said you could help me breathe underwater.
I just need some parts from a pressure cooker to create a hermetic seal for the rebreather.
Corn silk, rubber hose, and removable adhesive would make a good hermetic seal.
That's a brilliant idea. I can put that together right now. Here you go. A new rebreather.
Oh my gosh, just like that. Awesome.
Don't get blown up.
That's amazing. Oh. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Yep. That's a lake. Oh, so you just camp right there. It's crazy. Water's a little glitchy though. I'm sure that'll fix itself as I get closer. Water. In Vegas, the desert. Oh, what? Water. Let's go ahead and attach this rebreather real quick. Ah, I see. Whoa. Fishies. Okay, this is cool. This is... I had no idea, but this is really cool. The dam right there. We can swim forever. Along the sea floor. Or I guess lake floor. Oh, there it is. Yes. Wow. That's cool. I'll go in it. Can I go in it? Attach ballast. Ah. That's super cool. Shopping cart. I love hearing the Shady Sands music from Fallout 1. Oof. Oof. Oh. Duh. Boom. What? That is the coolest thing ever. That's so cool.
Civilizing Prim will...
It's going to be a dream come true once you've raised that bomber from Lake Mead.
Your plan worked. The plane is floating up. Seemed to be intact.
That's tremendous. I'll transmit instructions to the robots to start packing up the plane to bring it back to Nellis.
How exactly do you plan to get the plane back here?
I just told you, the robots are
They
going
can
to
do
handle
that.
it. They'll break the plane down into pieces and move it up from Colville Bay in one shot.
Are you planning to use diversionary tactics to draw their attention?
Exactly. We'll be shelling an unoccupied location in outer Vegas to get their attention elsewhere. By the time they realize they aren't under attack, the plane and the bots will be long gone. The kids wish we were shelling a real target, but Pearl thinks it's wise not to start up a war just as the lady has risen.
Okay, well, I'm glad I helped.
Hey, I'd better get rolling. Jack and I have a lot of work ahead of us.
show what we can do for everyone else in these territories.
Awesome.
Hello, friend. How can Mother Pearl be of help today?
I've spoken to Loyal. The B-29 is on the way.
What you have done for us is a miracle, child. You have fulfilled the only dreams we ever had outside our walls. You are a trusted friend of us all. If there is ever a way for us to help you, child, tell me, and I will make it so.
Yes! There may be a battle in the near future at the Hoover Dam. Can you offer any assistance?
Of course, my child. After all that you have done for us, we would love to help you in the upcoming battle. After all the training in virtual reality, the young ones would relish an opportunity to put their skills to battle. We'll be there when you need us.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Yes! Yeah, what we got so far? Let's go talk to Caesar. Let's go talk to Caesar. And I want the platinum ship still. So I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna go get it. Whoa. The Colorado. So grand. What? Whoa, that's a bigger canyon than I thought it was. Massive. Oh, it's gonna start turning red. We're in Caesar territory. Caesar. Cottonwood Cove. That's a ship. The boat.
Hello.
A prime legionaries. Hello. Canyon runner. Oh, that's right. Oh.
Morning.
Cursor Lucius.
Awe. Are you ready to head upriver?
Awe? Who are you?
I am Cursor Lucullus.
Lucullus.
My orders are to escort you to the Legion's camp at Fortification Hill. Are you ready to go?
What happened at the fort?
You'll be meeting face to face with the mighty Caesar himself, founder of the Legion, conqueror of 86 tribes. To my knowledge, this is the first time Caesar has ever summoned one of the dissolute to see him. Not even tribal chieftains receive this honor.
I'm ready to travel with you.
The trip will take a few hours. Take your place on the boat.
Hours?
By order of Caesar, all visitors must disarm and relinquish all banned items.
Oh, damn. Sure, I agreed to disarm.
Your belongings will be returned to you when you leave. True to Caesar.
We're way over here. Okay. Aww. Dale Burton.
The one you can see for miles? I hear it ain't sealed up no more.
Why say that? Let's go chat with Mr. Caesar. Oh, it's a dam right there. The tents and everything. It's definitely their main camp for sure. Fort Dawnbridge. Drawbridge. It's like an arena.
True to Caesar.
At the place. We're undercover. Tent flap to Caesar's tent.
You must enter Caesar's tent alone. Anyone else must remain outside.
Okay.
You must enter Caesar's tent alone. Anyone else must
Yeah, I got it.
Should have brought.
Hey.
No way. No way. Benny's here.
Under penalty of death, the prisoner is forbidden to speak with you until Caesar has permitted it.
Gotcha. Oh, there's Vulpes and Colta. And Lucius. Hello.
So I finally get to meet the courier who's accomplished so much in so little time.
Kaisar.
That's why I summoned you here, right? I mean, a man nearly kills you, and your response is to track him across the breadth of the Mojave? You arrive on the strip and waltz into the Lucky 38 like someone left you a key under the doormat? You visit the tops, and next thing you know, the head of the chairman is fleeing the strip like a whimpering little pup? When you set your mind to something, you get results. I like that. The question is, are you ready to get started?
Whoa. Let me deal with Benny and I'll be on my way.
Benny is my prisoner. You don't deal with him unless you've dealt with me. Don't worry. You'll get the platinum chip he was carrying, and then you'll use it like I tell you to.
Oh.
The time is fast approaching when my legion will assault the Great Dam and invade the West. Before that happens, I want Mr. House knocked out of the game. A quick 1-2 punch, with you doing the punching.
I should be going.
That's right, you should be going, because you have work to do. Down the hill, at the west edge of camp, is an old building. It was here when the fort was taken in 2277. Inside the building is a hatch, and inside that hatch are 2 steel doors that bear the sigil of the Lucky 38 Casino. Now that same sigil is on the platinum chip Benny was carrying when we captured him. Isn't that interesting? Even more interesting, there's a slot about the same size as the chip on the console that opens the hatch. So you know what I think? I think the platinum chip opens those doors. Doors that can't be pried open, or drilled open, or blasted open. Because all that, I tried.
What's on the other side of those doors?
Benny's theory, if I understood it through all the screaming, was that Mr. House stashed some kind of ultimate weapon down there. A gigantic robot to stomp us all to death. Who cares? Whatever it is, House built it. So I want it destroyed.
And what's on inside?
I want you to destroy whatever you find in there. And then I want you to come back here and tell me about it. So go to the building and take this fucking platinum chip with you. My legionaries will meet you there, with your weapons and equipment. Talk to Benny on your way out. He knows I'm going to let you decide how he dies.
He gave it to me.
Remind him.
Oh, he knew how much he just messed up.
Go ahead and laugh, baby. I ain't blind to the humor in this situation.
It's like he played past your abilities.
Didn't leave me much choice when you showed up. Like I said, you forced my hand. Down to brass tacks. How'd your meet and greet with Baldy go?
He gave me the platinum chip.
Sure. Baldy wants you to go down there in the bunker and destroy whatever Mr. House stashed there. Oh, you don't want to do that, baby. Whatever's down in that bunker is the key to the city called Vegas. So here's what you do. You go down there and you use the chip to do whatever Mr. House would have wanted you to do. And when you get back to the strip, you find Yes Man. I made it so that cat can't help but be helpful. Dig?
I know more about you.
I'm the most interesting person I know.
How did Mr. Houston introduce himself?
We were east of Vegas when the first Securitron we ever saw rolled up on us. We junked it in a minute flat. The next day, 20 roll up. So we listened. Said we'd been selected. Vegas needed us to defend it. In exchange, we'd get cushy digs, full stomachs, medical treatment. Everything a nomad never gets, in other words. Most of the tribe thought we should say no. I thought it was the best idea ever.
Goodbye, Benny.
Ta-ta.
This is not my calling.
Spreading stories about the burned man again.
It's not my place.
The new slave girls are quite beautiful.
I'm with the NCR. That is where my loyalty lies. Examine. Oh. Oh, that's facing the dam too. One of these freaking cannons. This is below this place. Veteran Decanas. I kind of figured I'd walk into that.
Caesar has permitted your weapons to be returned to you while you serve him.
Alright.
Caesar has put a lot of trust in you. Be worth it.
That was his last mistake. There you go, blue. I would like my... His rifle. I'm gonna save. Oop. This console hums quietly, powered by some unknown source. There's a round slot on the console, about the size of a large poker chip. Insert the platinum chip into the slot. Oh. Anything can be down here. Anything. A vault. Oh my gosh.
I see you reached your destination safely. Shall we get to work?
What is this place?
It's a facility I built many years before you were born. You might think of it as a barracks. You'll understand soon enough.
Why do you send me here?
The platinum chip is a data storage device. I need you to manually upload the data from the chip to the facility's primary computer. There's a terminal at the other end of this facility. There's a complication. While I can broadcast to this screen, I can't control any of the facility's systems. That means I can't deactivate its security bots, most of which appear to be active according to the status board I'm looking at.
What will you do with your Securitrons?
My army will do what an army does best. Defend territory from invaders and maintain order.
We'll see what happens.
I like to think you have enough sense to do the right thing. The rewards for doing so are immense, as are the punishments for not doing so.
Do not attempt to flee. Justice
Oh,
will be in.
Prepare the junction box. Greetings. Just gonna bong on. On the turrets and back. Whoa! Look at the army of offline Securitrons? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Commencing attack on hostile target. Hold it right there.
is so eerie. Hello. Oh, hello. Hey. More? Whoa, I don't want to do that. That's crazy that it's there. I mean, is he still alive? Or just like AI?
Stop wasting time. Go upload the data on the Platinum chip to the facility.
No. I wonder if he can see me. Leave as with a stealth boy. Shit!
Caesar has forbidden.
That's not gonna work. Time for y'all to go.
Slaves aren't much of a challenge in the arena.
Unfortunate. Time for you to die.
You'll pay for that. Damn you.
Retribution, indeed. I wonder if I can wear... And now things start to fall into place. I've chosen. Cool armor, though. Oh, yeah. What's up? No guns ablazing. I'm one of them. I'm one of y'all. They don't know about it. They don't know about it. Oh, I'm not gonna wear the Siege Legion armor.
Thank you for visiting New Vegas.
Dude, this is crazy. The amount of choices, the RPG elements are insane. Oh, they would have come in.
Where to, partner? Penthouse floor.
Enjoy all the Vegas Strip has to offer.
Sure.
I take it you've come to deliver the Platinum chip?
I have some questions to ask first.
I'll be happy to satisfy your every curiosity once the Platinum chip has been delivered.
Not so fast, Mr. Ross. We need to discuss payment.
Fine. Give me the chip and I'll pay you 4 times the delivery bonus stipulated in your contract. How's that?
Hang on the chip for now.
How shall I put this? Delivery of the Platinum chip is non-negotiable. I invite you to think carefully about what you do next. standing alone before me, surrounded by my heavily armed Securitron guards.
Attack me, and you risk destroying the chip.
By the time I was 30 years old, I was a billionaire 30 times over. I founded and ran a vast economic empire. Do you really think I'm going to let an upstart come into my home and ransom my property to me? I spent 2 centuries searching for the platinum chip. It's my invention.
2 centuries.
My property. Mine!
He's alive.
Now be a good courier and deliver it.
I'm not afraid of you, Mr. House. The platinum chip belongs to me.
You needn't be afraid of me. It's my Securitrons that are going to kill you.
Use the force to win.
Oh yeah. Time to bust out the thump thump. We're choosing a side, man. I love this. This is so cool. Not many games let you do this. Victor! I should have known. That's why Mr. House wanted me. That's why I was being followed. Open antechamber.
Still analyzing.
Not the greatest weapon against Securitrons.
Targeting. Proximity.
That did not go very far. Oh my goodness.
Destruction of all officers is a capital offense.
Unlock control room elevator. Control room. I've seen this scene before. Unseal life support chamber. To Mr. House.
Why have you done this? Centuries of preparation. So much good undone.
It's just business.
If personal gain, what you sought, should have done as asked.
You won't be in control of anything, but I'll let you live.
No! Don't disable Cerebro! I'd rather be killed Just kill me. I have nothing to say to you.
What an evil mastermind. Those Securitrons. Oh my god. Alright, Mr. House is dead. And now Benny's gonna die in the Legion. It's time for a change. And just get rid of the control. Having an army of Securitrons on demand if something doesn't go his way. And he tried to trick me into doing it with the platinum chip? No. Oh. Oh no. This better be nasty when we get outside. Do they know? Let's go to Crocker. Well.
It's good to have a friend of the NCR here. What can I do for you?
I want to talk to you about the boomers.
I hope you've returned with good news. Are they willing to help the NCR?
The boomers have agreed to help.
Excellent work. I can't tell you how useful that will be. In any event, I have another assignment ready and waiting for you. But we can speak of it later. Rest up, and when you're ready, speak to me again.
Yes.
It's good to have a friend of the NCR. What can I do for you?
Earlier you mentioned to earn another assignment?
So I did. As you may have noticed, our position here in New Vegas is tenuous. We've made great strides, sure, but the NCR is not welcome here, merely tolerated. And even then, not by everyone. We've had reports of violence against NCR citizens in a neighborhood just to the northeast called Freeside. Ever been there?
I have. It's a slum.
I'm inclined to agree, but it's a slum with NCR citizens in it. And as such, it falls under my jurisdiction. Violence is something of a way of life there, but there's been a disturbing rise in the number of attacks on our people lately. More worrying is the fact that our sources suggest the violence is being perpetrated by the gang that runs the place, the Kings. I need someone to look into this that won't attract attention. Would you be interested?
Sure, I'll look into it.
Good. Our men have come up with 2 different plans for seeing an end to the violence. First, our sources have tracked most of the attacks back to a king named Pacer. The consensus is that the violence will stop if he's removed. The problem is we can't simply kill him. In the current climate, the NCR would likely be blamed for his death. There is an alternative option, but my sources feel that getting rid of this Pacer fellow is our best shot.
I can't just kill him. What am I gonna do?
Make it look like an accident, or pin the deed on someone else. Look into this guy's affairs, and I'm sure you'll find something you can use.
Alright, I'll try to find a way.
I'm sure something will turn up. If you think you found something but are unsure, report back and I'll let you know if it's something we can use. It may be tough to find a way to completely throw off suspicion, however. In that case, we could take a different tact, but one that I at least have more experience with: diplomacy. If we can't go after the man responsible, we'll simply appeal to the man above him. The Kings, including our friend Pacer, report to the leader of their gang, the man who calls himself the King. He's Caucasian, in his mid-30s, and extremely charismatic. It's that last part we're counting on. The Kings are a bunch of young hoodlums who aren't inclined to listen to anyone except him. Get him on your side, and the rest will fall in line.
What did I do?
Go and talk to the King. Try to convince him to put an end to this violence. Pacer's a punk, but he won't likely disobey a direct order.
Oh.
The King might not be open to the idea at first, so you may have to integrate yourself with him. Do whatever it takes. When it's done, one way or the other, report back here, and we'll take it from there.
I guess I'll go have a talk with the King then.
I wish you luck. If you run into some difficulty and think you'd rather just take the shot with Pacer, that's fine too.
Let's go. King's Gambit. Oh, it's right here.
Oh, hi again. Can I help you with something else? Don't stay away too long.
Man, I feel like after killing Mr. House, I messed up the whole grand scheme. Like the place felt like it's in disarray. It was hard. It's a hard decision. I mean, I sat there for quite a minute.
Great. Just when you think the NCR...
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Done and done. Did you hear someone managed to fight their way through the chairman and flee the strip after being caught? Wonder if they're hiding out in Freeside.
I sure appreciate you coming back. You think a little more about my offer?
Sure.
I'll start you off with something easy. Did you notice the bodyguards for hire near the gates when you entered Freeside?
Yes.
It's good money if you can stay alive long enough. Freeside's not as safe as it used to be, so the money is well earned. Usually well earned, that is. Recently, my man tell me that one of those bodyguards, a fella named Oris, is making a little too much money. He's making a killing in repeat business. Once someone hires him, they never want anyone else. I want you to find out why. Specifically, I want you to hire him. Play the part of an innocent tourist and follow his lead. If nothing happens, so be it. But I'm guessing things won't go so smoothly. Call it a hunch. So, what do you say?
Sure.
Okay then. Once you part ways, return here. I'll look forward to hearing your report. Oh, and take this to cover the hiring cost.
Okay. GI Blues. Oh, the North Gate. Oris.
If you need to cross Freeside, no one will keep you safer than I will.
How much for your services?
200 caps gets you my watchful eye for a trip to the South Gate.
Okay, I'll hire you.
Done and done. I want to mention a few things up front. In order to ensure your safety, I need you to follow my instructions to the letter. We'll be heading down the main street here the whole way down. No detours. You go off sightseeing, and I go off to find another customer. I'll keep a brisk pace, so try not to fall behind. Now let's head out.
Okay. Oh my gosh, just realized this. Robert Edwin House, 261, President CEO and sole proprietor of the New Vegas Strip. Industrialist and technologist, founder, president, and CEO of the multi-billion-dollar pre-war robotics and software corporation Robco Industries, has died.
Hey, you're the one who's been going around helping people around here, right? The king says to keep up the good work. He said to give you this.
Ooh, 2 syntax. Thanks, dude.
To your left here is the old Mormon fort. You get roughed up, the followers there will patch you right up. Not that I ever knew their services. Up ahead on the next block is where the kings hang out. Don't let them scare you.
It can be
They
bought.
don't
It
outnumber
can be
you 5
found
to
at
1.
Nick and Ralph's.
Down to the right here is the fun part of town. You haven't seen Freeside till you've been to the Wrangler.
Wrangler.
Hey, slow down. I don't like the look of some of those men ahead. Let's take a different way around.
Okay. Why is he going fast?
Gotcha. Thought you could ambush us, huh?
It's a cool gun he has. Wait. The thugs appear dead, victim of a recent fight. Examine the body closely. A quick study of the body reveals that the thug is still alive and merely pretending to be dead. Pretending. All I'm pretending.
Well, that's over. You safe.
Fascinating.
Nothing to worry about. If you had hired one of those other hacks, you'd be up to your ass in lowlife right about now.
Yeah, you only fired 3 shots and there are 4 guys there.
Noticed that, did you?
Oh.
I keenly aimed one of the shots through some soft tissue of one of them to hit the man behind him.
Or you just faked this whole thing to drum up repeat business.
That's an interesting theory you've got there. I'd suggest you keep it to yourself. Let's get moving.
After you.
Stay close. Wouldn't want anything to happen to you.
Okay.
Well, here we are. I trust you'll keep your mouth shut about the topic we were just discussing, or else.
Sure. Dang, I just thought about this. This game has so much replayability. Alright, so many ways you can play it and change it. Like, practically almost infinite outcomes.
To talk to Mr. House. That's bullshit. Everyone knows Mr. House doesn't talk to anyone.
Well, he did now.
What do you have for me?
Oris is a fraud. He fakes attacks on his clients and then plays
That's
hero.
how it happens. Okay then, I'll have some guys pull him off the street when no one's looking. You've shown me something, so maybe you can help me with a matter that's a little more important. A lot of folks around these parts who've been here a while resent the sheer number of people that have come into the area since the strip was built. In turn, the newcomers, most of whom come from the NCR, have gotten ornery from being resented. Sometimes things get violent. This is one of those occasions. Recently, a few friends of mine were attacked, and I want you to find out who did it. Word's come that they just woke up over at the old Mormon fort just north of here. Head on over, see if they remember anything.
Where'd you get that robot dog?
I got Rex here from a salvager a few years ago. He was a little dinged up when I got him, but one of the followers fixed him right up.
Something wrong with him?
He's been acting peculiar for some time now. I took him to the followers and had him checked out, and they said his brain is bad or something.
Hmm. Can they do anything?
No. They said they don't have the tools to help him.
Can I help somehow?
I don't know. Maybe. If you found a way to help my poor Rex here, I'd be much obliged. Your best bet will be to talk to Julie Farkas over at the old Mormon fort north of here. Maybe you'll have better luck than I did.
This building is interesting. What do you know about it?
Near as I can tell, it's some sort of religious institution. Oh, I know it says school out front, but everything in here seems to be related to the worship of some guy from back in the day. People used to come here to learn about him, to dress like him,
Elvis
move
Presley.
like him, to be him. If that's not worship, I don't know what is.
Tell me about him.
Not a whole lot to tell. There were only a few books left in here when we found it, and those were rotted away. There were some posters left that were pretty well preserved, which is how we know all this stuff was based on the same guy. The thing of it is, we don't even know what his name was. All the posters just referred to him as the King.
That's where you got your name from.
Well, that and the giant sign outside. This place could have been the King's House of Dog Chow, and I still would have taken the name. But I like to think I keep the memory alive.
Hmm. It's funny.
Sure thing. What'd you have in mind?
What can you tell me about Pacer?
Pace? He and I grew up together around here. We've been through a lot together. There's no man I'd rather have at my side in a pinch. Don't judge him too harshly for trying to get some caps out of you. He probably took you for a squatter, looking for a place to settle down. There have been a lot of people moving into the area lately, and it's got some people riled. Can't blame them myself. There's only so much to go around.
Yes.
Hey, I heard about the bug getting destroyed in the Lucky 38. We'll get in there eventually. It's just a matter of time.
The King said you could tell me more about his robotic dog.
Rex? It breaks my heart every time I see him. He's such a good dog.
The King brought him here for treatment then?
Yes, a few months ago. We had to tell him there was nothing we could do.
So you can't heal him?
No. Rex's condition is way beyond anything we can handle. He requires brain surgery and some sophisticated cybernetics work, too.
So there's no chance he'll ever get better?
I didn't say that. While no one here has that kind of expertise, I do know of one man who might fit the bill. There's an old scientist named Dr. Henry, who reportedly specializes in this sort of procedure. He'd probably be your best bet. Last I heard, he was living up in Jacobstown, far to the northwest.
Thank you. You've been very helpful.
No problem.
I know just where to go. I got news. That's Pacer too.
Have you found anything out? Or were you just here to chat?
Julia Farkas said a man in Jacobstown can treat Rex.
She said what? Why didn't she just say so when I was there? Actually, come to think of it, I was pretty angry when I went down there.
Oh.
I vaguely recall something about upending a few tables, maybe knocking out one of her doctors.
Oh my god.
Anyway, that's incredible news. Only thing is, there's too much going on around here for me to make a trip like that. And I need all of my guys just to keep things settled here. You seem to be awfully interested in my boy Rex here.
Oh yes.
And you've done some good work for me already. I'll tell you what. You promised to get Rexy here to that doctor, and I'll lend him to you. What do you say?
Absolutely. I'll see if it gets better.
I can't thank you enough. Now, there's a few things you should know about old Rex here if you're going to be traveling together. First, he hates rats. Can't stand the things. Giant rats, mole rats, doesn't matter. He catches a whiff of one, and he's off like a shot after him. He's normally pretty obedient, but you might have to chase him some if he goes after one of the little varmints. Second, he doesn't like hats, or the people wearing them. Don't ask. I have no idea why. Maybe because it rhymes with rats.
Oh my
That should
god.
be it, though. Other than the occasional bad spot when his brain starts hurting him, that is. But I'm hoping you will see to that. I wish you both luck. Take care of my Rex now, you hear? Rex, this is your new master. Protect him as you would.
Yes. So wait, we get Edie, a companion, and Rex? Oh no, no, no. Hello, Marcus. We got a client. Doc Henry.
Is there something else I can do for you?
I'll go to research for the Nightkin cure.
Promising, but I won't be able to synthesize the drug anytime soon. I really should get back to my work.
Something's wrong with my cyber dog. I was told to come to you.
It's neural degradation. Biomed gel can only preserve a living brain for so long. so you'll need to find a replacement. I haven't left Jacobstown in years, but there was one woman in no...
Oh, no way.
Gibson. I remember her living with a pack of hounds. Aside from her, I know that the Fiends and Caesar's Legion fight alongside dogs. There could be viable specimens among them, if you can get to them. Yes, yes.
Find a new brain for Rex from one old lady. Man, isn't that, I mean, will it be the same, will it be the same dog? Go to the scrapyard.
So, you're back. Now, where did we leave off?
Dr. Henry sent me. I need a new brain for my cyber dog.
Dr. Henry? Now, there's a name I haven't heard in years. Hard to believe he's still alive. As for your request, it's a bit ghoulish if you ask me, but Ray is pretty old, and I'll probably have to put him down soon enough. As for the price for this favor, 700 caps sounds about right. Ray's like family, and I've got other dogs to take care of.
How'd you meet Dr. Henry?
He and I had joined up with the same caravan. Add in a lot of whiskey and, well, let's just say we got to know each other.
Oh. Yo, here's 700 caps.
Here, Ray. Mama's got something for you.
Oh my gosh, these. Alright. Let's go. Alright, this is interesting.
So I hear the honcho of one of them strip families up. Is there
Batman.
something else I can do for you?
I have a new brain for Rex.
Very well. Show me what you brought so that I can analyze its potential.
This brain is from Ray, one of old Lady Gibson's dogs.
All right, let's see here. Neural pathways look good. Definitely a breed of guard dog. If I transplant this brain into Rex, he'll be a bit more ferocious in his attacks.
Transplant Ray's brain into Rex.
Have a seat. This will take a while. Is there something else I can do for you?
Oh, okay, that was it.
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Hello. We did it! Alright. Let's return back to the king. So where do I go?
Hey.
Roy. That's the guy.
What is it? Can't you see I want to be left alone with my friend here?
The king asked me to look into your attack.
Oh, that's different then. How can I help? I'll do anything to get the bastards that did this.
Do you remember anything about the people who attacked you?
They were big guys. Young, too. No old geezers like me. Hell, none of them looked even half my age. I was mostly face down in the dirt, begging for my life when it happened, so I only got a quick look at them.
What can you tell me about the attack, though?
Well, it happened at night, around 11. We'd recently made some caps off a bit of scrap we found and wanted to invest it wisely. As we were leaving the Wrangler, we must have taken a wrong turn and ended up in the squatter side of town. From out of nowhere, these big guys show up and start barking questions at us, wanted to know if we were locals. The kid there's about as proud as a local around here gets, and started yelling back at him. Then all hell broke loose. Kid got the worst of it, sad to say.
Okay.
I hope you find the bastards that did this. If you want, try asking my friend Wayne over there about him. He saw more than I did.
Hmm.
Wayne, it's okay. The king.
That's Ferris. Wayne.
That true? Did the king really send you?
He did. And anything you can tell me about what happened might help.
I don't really know what else I can add. They were a bunch of guys, better dressed than most Freesiders, I guess. That help?
Every bit helps, thanks.
Sorry I couldn't help more, especially since you're being so nice. Hey, wait, I just remembered something. I might have heard one of the guys that attacked us call another by name. We had just about had it when one of them said, "Hey Lou, we gotta go." At least I think he said Lou. Might have been something else. Now that I think of it, he said Lou something. Something with a T. Tenant, that's what he called him. Lieutenant.
He probably said Lieutenant, Wayne. The boy means well, but he's dumb as a mutant sometimes.
Lieutenant. Nice. Solid.
You must have some real pull with House to get inside the
Why, Rexy, you look all better, boy. Good as new. Did my Rexy get a new brain?
He sure did.
You're a man of your word, no doubt about it. Can't thank you enough. If you want, hold on to Rex for a little while longer. I'm sure he'd enjoy that. Was there anything else you wanted?
The local men were attacked by soldiers. One of the men was identified by rank.
Bunch of soldier boys, huh? They usually don't come around these parts since their big base is on the other side of the strip. If they're coming over here now, it's gotta be for a reason. I didn't want to believe the rumors that they're looking to take over Vegas, but now, if something big is going down, I'm sure rumors of it will have spread. Ask around, particularly in the squatter areas where the NCR folk hang. You might also mosey on over to the Mormon fort and chat Julie Farkas up. The followers tend to be in the know about these things. Just don't ask her what to do about it.
Interesting.
She'll probably ask you to hug someone or something.
Alright guys, I will conclude this episode off here. I want to continue, but I gotta get some sleep. I've been playing for a little bit. I enjoyed the episode so far, and honestly, I can't even process. I'm gonna process it all night. I'm like, the decisions I made, I feel like I had control of what I wanted to decide, and I could do it in any order I wanted to do it in. Not many games can pull that off, and I'm super excited to see how this game concludes. And it can only go crazier from here. So I'll see you guys next one.